recording is on.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to LisaBug Mind Body Blend. We are in the last week of August 2022, and our focus today for class is lengthening through the side body with some side bending. And this works on those muscles in the back right here, the QL muscles that contribute the body to move to one side by strengthening the side we're going towards and stretching the side we're moving away from. So we're focusing both on lengthening and strengthening through the side waist. We're also focusing on the muscles that are around our hip. So we'll be doing some lifts forward, lifts side, and lifts back. And this is also going to bring some good focus into balance. For strength training, I have 2 sizes of hand weights. So whatever you have at home, have those close by. And we're starting with our yoga strap. And if you don't have a strap, you can quick grab just a kitchen towel, something that's long enough where you can bring your hands a little wider than shoulders width apart. And what we're going to focus on is putting some resistance outward, like you are trying to stretch this like a stretchy band. And this is going to engage the muscles of the shoulder and the upper back, and really focus as you press away on pressing your shoulder blades down and back. You'll feel some work in your triceps as well. So grab your yoga strap. We'll come into wide Wu Chi position with the feet a little wider than hips distance apart. And then bring that yoga strap right down in front of your thighs. Drop your shoulder blades down and put some energy outward, like you are going to stretch your yoga strap. We'll take a nice inhale. Keep that even tension as you're raising your arms up. And then exhale as we lower back down. So you're just finding whatever range of motion feels good in your shoulders this morning. You might just only come this far up. And maybe you'll take your time in finding that range. If you have nice range in your shoulder blades, you might bring your arms even back behind you a little bit, as long as that feels okay for you. Let's take 2 more, just a slow, easy pace. And I'm still pulling outward on that yoga strap, creating tension, isometric tension. Now this time, inhale, bring the arms up. Take a slow side stretch over to the right, and I'm pulling using my right arm. Come back up. Lower those arms back down. Inhale. Exhale, left, pulling with your left arm to open up the right side waist. And I feel a little bit of work in my shoulders for sure. A little bit of fatigue settling in already. Let's take 1 more to that left side. Oh, feels great this morning. All right, well, take your body weight over onto this right foot. So you have your left toe tapping. Bring the arms up, side stretch toward that left foot, and then lower back down. Stay on this side. We bring it up and take it side, up, and down. Now your option is to lift this left leg up as you're side stretching, lower down. So it's really going to challenge your balance. So any amount, lift that leg up and down. Keep that constant tension right on the yoga strap. Let's get 2 more on this side, working hip abduction, lateral flexion of the spine, and balance. Last one here. And then release. Switch your body weight over into that left foot. Let's do one without lifting that right leg up. And just go at whatever pace works for you here. When you're ready, side lift the leg and release it down. With your breath, inhale the arms up, exhale into that side stretch. And let's get 3 more on this side. Ooh, balance challenge. Nice. Last one. And down. Back into your wide Wu Chi. Bend your knees, plie down. Bring your arms about halfway up and rotate to the right side. Twist. And back to the center. And again, I'm slightly pulling with the arm that's leading the way. This is giving me a little bit more range of motion to actively rotate the spine. Make sure your shoulders aren't shrugging up close to your ears. Think about pulling in your lower abdominal region. And you're looking as far as you can over your shoulder. One more each direction. Shoulders should be feeling that work. Back to center. Lower the arms down, rise up out of that squat. Place your strap close by so we can use it for some flexibility later. I'm going to pick up light hand weights. I'm going to start with my 3s. You can always go up in weight once we get the exercise and you determine that you want to go heavier. That's great as well. So arms are by your side. We're going to take a little small plie out to the right side and then lift that right leg up. So we go down and up. Now it's up to you how low you go in this squat. When you're ready, we have a bicep curl. Down into your plie and curl. I'm feeling this balance challenge this morning, big time. Breathing. So we're working a little bit of the hip flexor and the quadricep as we elevate the right leg. Working on the biceps in our curl. Thinking about really good posture. Last one. Now we'll plie and side lift the leg. Our arm exercise here is a side leg or side arm raise as well. No higher than shoulder level. You can bend your elbows some here if the weights are on the heavy side. So it's our left leg that we're constantly working on, the quad and glute. In our plie, the right leg we're working on the muscles of the hips. One more. Now plie down, lift your leg behind you. Plie, lift behind. Squeezing the glute. Our arm exercise is a front raise. Plie, front raise. Really squeeze your glute as you lift that leg behind you. It doesn't have to be a high raise. Just focusing on tightening the muscle. Good, let's get 4 more here. All of these exercises can be done without weights, just moving your arms through the range of motion. 1 more. Then just plie and step in. I'm feeling this left leg quad. You can shake it out a little bit as we get ready for that sequence on the other side. So start with your plie. Step, lift the leg forward. It's a little bit of a sweep. You can have your thighs slightly turned out. And we have a bicep curl. Now, I definitely feel a big difference in balance between one side and the other. Might be the case for you as well. And I feel a difference with speed of movement. It's actually harder sometimes to go slower. Abs super engaged, shoulders back with these bicep curls. And by now, you know the exercises we're doing, so if you need to pick up heavier weight, great, or going down lighter. And let's do 1 more. Plie with a side leg raise, hip abduction. Our arm exercise is shoulder abduction. Working the deltoid, the medial delt. Elbows can be bent. And I always give an option for an upright row when we're working lateral raises with the shoulders. So this is always an acceptable option. So there's a lot going on, a lot to think about, a lot of muscles we're working. And keep the breath moving. Muscular endurance, we're doing quite a few reps of each exercise. Let's get 2 more. And then plie. Lift the leg back behind you, squeeze the glute. When you squeeze the glute, you're releasing the hip flexor in the front of the hip. Arms are front raises. And I have my palms facing in, but you can also turn your palms maybe up. I also can turn the palms down, but sometimes that tends to roll your shoulders forward. So that's, back behind me. That's my third choice. Should be feeling that fatigue in the right quad. We've done quite a few plies, quite a few squats. Breathing. And I feel the heart rate picking up this morning too, which is good. A little bit of cardio maybe in that zone too. Let's do 3 more. And then just a plie and step in. So I want to do all 3 exercises, 1 of each on the right side, all 3 on the left. So without weights first, we'll plie to the right, sweep the leg, plie, lift it to the side, plie, lift it to the back, then plie and step together. Now your left foot, plie, sweep the leg, lift it to the side, to the back, plie and step together. Now with your arms, plie right, sweep the leg, add your bicep curl. Side arm raise. Front arm raise. Plie and step together. Left leg. Bicep curl. Side arm raise. To the back. And step together. So you know the routine. I want you to do it at your own pace, alternating movements, alternating sides. At your own pace. Focusing on balance. Modifying where you need to this morning. Once you have it, you might pick up the pace a little bit. Just a few more. You need to set those weights down and keep going. Feel free to do that. Let's do 2 more on each side. One more each side. I feel the body really getting warm. And when you finish those on both sides, relax. Take a little bit of a shoulder roll. Just check in, see how you're feeling. And then I have my small chair to use for balance. I'm going to turn toward that chair. I'm taking one weight. We'll be doing a kickback row. So choose the weight that feels best for you to do this exercise. I'm going to try my 5. So if we have the weight in our right hand, the right foot steps back. Have your chair within reach so you can use it for balance. For now, we'll place the left hand right on the thigh, right arm reaches down. The exercise, we'll pull that elbow up, straighten, bend, down. So we're working the posterior shoulder and the tricep. A little bit of upper back region. So you can stay here right in your lunge or using your chair to help with balance. Come forward, lifting the back foot off the floor. Up, straighten, bend, down. Now, either staying down, staying up, or we can go down and up with the exercise. So as I finish the exercise, I'm stepping down to the floor. As I start it, I lift the leg up. So it's up, straighten, bend, lower the foot. Good posture with the spine. With the abdominals. Just about 4 more to go here. Choosing your level. 3 more. Standing hips should be feeling that work. Last one. And relax and step down. Woo. All right, shake out those legs a little bit. Switch the weight to your left hand. Right foot is in front. Left foot's back into your lunge. Let's just try the exercise. Elbow up, straighten, bend, and down. So option 1, we're just staying in our lunge. Option 2, we'll lift up off that back leg, using the chair for a little bit of assistance with balance. And then we just stay up here. Try to keep your pelvis level. Then our third option is to come up and down with the exercise. Up, straighten, bend, down. So what does that do for us? It gives us some work in the right thigh. As we come down, we bend the knee. As we come back up, we straighten the leg. So we're working that front of the thigh. And also balance as we come up and we control down. Let's get 6 more on this side. Choosing your level. Four more to go. Three, 2, 1, and lower down, step in. Ooh, okay, one hand weight, heavier size. Take your feet a little bit wider than hips distance apart. Hands are on the sides of your weight. Do a curtsy lunge, right foot curtsies behind. Step out and lift that leg to the side. So we have a curtsy back. And again, we're working on strengthening our hip. Now your option is with the hand weights. As you curtsy, lower the weight down to the outside of your left leg, curl it in, and press up. You can do this with 2 weights as well. If you want to double up, 1 in each hand. Now you can look down towards the floor as you rotate, but try not to look up to the ceiling. Keep your head straight forward. That way you'll keep your neck in good alignment. Balance, stability, working those legs and arms. Breathing. Let's get 2 more on this side. And relax it down. Good. Now we'll curtsy behind with the left leg. Step out and lift the right. Just try 2 or 3 of them without adding your weights, just to make sure you have the exercise in reverse. And then when you're ready, as you curtsy, the weight lowers down to the outside of the right knee, and option to press it above the head. So we're twisting our spine, rotating, then coming back to neutral, hip abduction. If you're struggling with balance, just do the exercise here without lifting the leg. Breathing. 5. 4. Nice core work for the posterior. And 1 more. And relax. Take your feet nice and wide. Plie, down, up, down, up. Now with the weights at the center of your chest, we'll just press it forward. One more. Then slightly press it to your right. Right again. One more. Back to center. One more. Slightly to the left. Nice job. One more. Back to center. Okay, one of each movement. To the right side, to the center, to the left, to the center. Keep it going. I feel my breathing really picking up. Down, to the right, down, to the center. 3 more of each. Two more of each. One more each. Just the plies. 8, 7, 6. Ooh, really feel those legs working. Last 4. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Nicely done. Light hand weights 2. We're coming down onto our knees into gate pose. I always like to have a little bit of padding for my knees. If you don't feel comfortable using your weights in this exercise, you can do it without weights. So coming into gate pose, we'll come down onto the right knee. Left leg extends straight out to the side. One weight in each hand, and they're slightly lifted. Take it to a side bend. Bring it up. Now you can keep the arms a little bit higher or keep them at this low angle. So my arms aren't moving. They stay stationary in their position. It's my side waist that's moving, which allows my left arm to lift higher. Starting to feel that work in the shoulders. Lengthening of the side waist. So we're stretching as we tip to the right, strengthening as we come back up. 4 more. My shoulders are saying uncle. 3, 2, and 1. Relax your arms right down. Ooh. Set your weights right in front of you. Sweep those arms up. Exhale and take your side stretch all the way over to that right side, and then let your left arm come close to the ear. Then put a little bit more weight into your right hand so you can lift this left leg. Up, down. Now I have my arm reaching at a diagonal. This is going to give me more stretch. But you can also lift it straight up. You can bring it to your hip or even bring it behind your back. So we're in a kneeling side plank with outer thigh work. Last 10, 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that foot lower down. Pull yourself up with the strength of that QL muscle, and then take a brief stretch the opposite direction. And lower the arms down. Switch your gate pose to the other side. So we're on our left knee. The right leg is extended. Option to have your hand weights. Start with your arms lifted just a little bit away from the body, and side bend and bring it up. As you have the movement, you can choose to lift your arms a little higher. What's nice about this one, if you have a shoulder issue on one side, say it's my right arm, I can just use the left hand weight and still get some work in this right arm by lifting up with the weight of my arm on that deltoid. 8 more. 7, 6, 5. Try not to twist your spine. It's just a side bend. 3, 2, and 1. Lower those arms down. Wow, 3 pounds was a lot for that exercise. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, side bend over and really stretch and lengthen. Then bring a little bit more of your body weight into your left hand so you can pick the right leg up and lift. Up, down, up, down. Choose what feels best for you with this right arm. Try to stack your hips so we're not rolling forward here. I want you to stack your shoulders, stack your hips so everything is good alignment. 10 to go. 9, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that foot down. Pull yourself up with the side waist. Take a brief counter stretch. And then release it down. Coming into a plank, either from your hands or from your elbows, from your knees or toes. No weights for this one. I just want you to find your plank here. Now, a plank in its most basic form is all fours, because we're looking at what's happening through the torso. So you can be all fours. You can walk your hands further forward and drop your hips. You can tuck your toes and come up into this full high plank from your elbows as well. So we'll take the right leg, lift it up off the floor, take it out to the side, and come back in. So I'm working again on those muscles of the hip into abduction, but I'm keeping my leg lifted, so I have to fire my glute. This is really challenging from a straight leg. Maybe you can do a couple and then always put that knee back down. Any pace. 15 seconds. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees, child's pose, or any other position so you can rest your wrists and your core. Okay, the good news is we only have 2 sides. So we only have 1 side to go. So find your plank. Again, you can start just here on all fours. This is great. Walk the hands forward from your knees or come up onto your toes. We'll lift our left leg up and then open it out to the side and bring it back in. So our goal is to keep everything really still and work on core stabilization while we're firing these hip muscles. You can try it from the toe. Really challenging. Now make sure that your plank doesn't look like this with your bum up in the air. Also make sure your lower back isn't sagging. 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your child's pose. Ooh, that was definitely challenging. All right, with your hand weights, we're rolling over onto our back, working some chest flies. So I'm going to keep my 3-pounders, but you could probably go up a little bit more on this one as well. Come down supine. Bring those weights up right from the center of the chest. Make sure they're not coming up toward your face. And we'll open the arms slow. 4, 3, 2, and close. So I'm going to give you a lot of options on this exercise. The basic exercise is the chest fly at any pace you want to go. Next option is to lift your hips up into a bridge and then do your chest fly. So that's your goal if you want to work some hamstring and glutes. And another option is to bring your knees up to tabletop. Press your lower back slightly into the floor. This is your goal if you really want to work transverse abdominis stabilization. If you're choosing tabletop, you can add a single leg extension out and back in, other side. If your weights are getting heavy, you can bend your elbows. Make this more of a chest press instead of a chest fly. If your core is feeling pretty strong, your last option is to go both legs out and in. Only if you have the core stabilization for this and your back doesn't arch off the mat. And we breathe. Let's get about 3 or 4 more on your chest fly. And lower the feet down. Either come down from your bridge and then bring those weights next to you. Bring the fingertips gently to support the head. Pick the back of the head up off the mat. Keep your abdominals braced. Do a small crunch. Up, down, up, down. Now you want to imagine you have a little tangerine between your chin and your sternum. So you keep that nice distance and you're not bringing your chin all the way forward. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. Bring your right heel or ankle across your left thigh so you're in a figure 4 position. Right arm extends out onto the floor. And we'll come up into a crunch with a rotation. Up, down, up, down. And you can keep your left foot on the mat or bring this up into a figure 4 tabletop. Try not to pull on the head. Keep your elbow out to the side. Relax your neck into your fingertips. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your legs down. Switch the cross of the ankle, left heel or ankle over the right thigh. Left arm out on the mat. Right hand supports the back of the head, and we rotate. Rotate. And then keeping your right foot on the floor or lifting up into that tabletop figure 4. Exhale each time you come up. Just a few more this side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. All right. We're using our chair today for flexibility. So bring yourself all the way up and stand facing your chair. If you have your yoga strap, that would be nice for you to have as well. So standing a little distance away from your chair, we'll take the right foot up onto the top of the chair. Your option is to use your yoga strap. So we'll take that strap, lasso it under the bottom of your foot, and then pull the ball of the foot toward you. Then stretch yourself forward. So oftentimes we do this stretch laying on our back. Today, my goal is to work balance. You can also sit down in your chair and extend your legs straight out in front of you for a seated stretch. Now find your breath, inhale, exhale. Maybe sink it a little lower. If you don't need the strap, you can bring your fingers around the bottom of your foot. And it's okay if you're really tight in your hamstrings and you need to bend your knee a little bit. It's also okay if you're all the way up here and you feel a stretch. Let's take 2 more breaths. One more breath. And we'll rise up. Very nice. Let's switch sides. Extend your left leg out. The hips are squared. Option to use your strap. Pull the ball of your foot back so you lengthen your calf and then extend forward. So important to work flexibility every day. If you have, just a couple of minutes in your day to stretch, it's so beneficial for your body. Working balance here as we're standing. A little bit of core stabilization, flexibility. Maybe you can sink a little deeper. Just about 15 seconds remaining on this side. One more breath. And come on up. We'll do a downward dog stretch for the calves. So if you want to use your chair, make sure it's not going to slide on the floor. So I just have to put it on my yoga mat a little bit. And we'll step our feet back. Press the heels down and stretch through the shoulders. If you prefer to drop to your mat with your hands, face them to the floor, come into your down dog. And we're just holding, not really actively moving, just the breath. And our goal is to sink those heels closer and closer to the floor. If they don't touch, that's okay. And keep holding 15 seconds. Two more breaths. And then walk your feet back into a forward bend. So if your hands were on your chair, you can be here in your forward bend as well with some support. Or reaching down toward your toes, or linking your hands into your elbow creases for ragdoll. And then just really let your neck relax and stretch. Your knees can be bent a fair amount, really to just let your upper body relax over your thighs. If you have that flexibility, straightening them but not locking your knees. Two more breaths. Then releasing those arms, roll your spine up. Back to a nice neutral spine lifted. We'll come into dancer pose. So I have a couple of options. If you can grab your ankle and hold it, you can take your dancer pose here. If that ankle's not accessible for you, you can take your yoga strap, loop it around the foot here, and hold here. You can also use your chair. So very carefully, bring that foot behind you to the chair and just relax it there. So pick the one that you'd like. We'll hold here maybe about 45 seconds longer. So our goal is to be able to get the knee to come back. So if your stretch looks like this, it's not going to give you too much stretch here in the quad or the hip flexor. So drop that knee, squeeze your glute, and get the leg to come back behind you. You can also come into a tipped dancer, bringing your hand to the chair in front of you. Two more breaths. And come up, releasing the ankle or stepping away from the chair. Find your pose on the other side. You might be able to get the ankle on this side, or use that strap, or bring your foot behind you to the chair. Another wonderful way we can work balance here. About 15 seconds to go here. Two more breaths. And slowly bring yourself back up. All right, we'll come either into a simple cross-leg pose on the floor, or you can have a seat in your chair if you'd like to. And once you come to your chair or to that seated position, just lengthen your spine nice and tall. Close your eyes for a moment, come inside, just notice your body and the effects of your practice today on your physical body, on your emotional well-being. Just noticing how you're feeling in this moment as compared to the start of our class today. Find the breath. And we'll come into a 3-part breathing pattern. So on the first 1/3 of our breath, fill your belly. Keep breathing in, fill your ribs. Keep breathing in, feel that chest rise as you fill the upper lungs. And then exhale in reverse. The chest drops, the ribs funnel in, and the belly draws toward the spine. So 3 parts with the breath. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. At your own pace. You can even use your hands on your abdomen to feel each part of the breath. And we can breathe this 3-part breath in through our nose, and then either out through the nose or through the mouth. Just continuing with that 3-part breath, about another 60 seconds. Focusing on breath control, expanding your lung capacity. Try to make that breath deeper and slower if possible. Three more 3-part breaths. Tall posture, 2 more. Last one, as deeply as you can fill the lungs. And completely exhaling that breath. Your eyes can remain closed, or you can blink them open just softly and tip your right ear toward your right shoulder. Give your neck a little stretch. Keep that side bend in the neck, but rotate the right chin down toward the shoulder. Slowly roll the chin down toward the chest. Pull your head back up to neutral. Tip the left ear toward the left shoulder. Just gently. Then rotate, turning your chin toward the shoulder. Slowly roll the chin down toward the chest, lengthening the back of the neck one last time. And bring the head back to neutral. We'll take a breath, sweeping the arms out and up, extend up, stretch and reach. Press the palms, pull the thumbs into the heart. As we close our practice today, it is my honor and my pleasure to lead you and guide you. May the light and the joy that reside within my heart honor the light and the joy in each of your hearts. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone. If you can stay on with me for a minute, that would be great. If not, we have yoga by the pool this week. Weather's looking good, so if you want to come over, send me a little message or just join me online. Thanks, everybody.